What's up, guys? Reggie here, back at it again. And I just got back home, and it's the same video that I recorded with the whole, Ferragamo fragrance. But yeah, so I just came back home, and I had like this kind of weird experience right now. Um, and I just decided to, make this into a video before I kind of just, forget about it or something. So yeah, when to and not to wear fragrances. And this is like a very subjective thing once again, but in my personal and most honest opinion, like always, I will give you my most honest take on, like always. So yeah, when you should. So in my opinion, whenever you feel like it, right? Whenever you feel like wearing a fragrance, that's when you should wear it. Um, don't wear it because someone tells you. Wear it because, of course, because you want to. For example, me, um, I'm to the point. I don't know if you guys can agree. If you guys also do this, but I'm so much in the point, that I love fragrances so much to the point where I'll take a shower and I'll do my thing, and like 20 minutes after the shower, I'll just spray some fragrance, and usually it's always something very light, something um, like this fragrance, or maybe even perhaps this one here and there. I don't want to use this one too much because I do have a little bit, and this one has a good meaning. So yeah, or just even fragrances like these are just like super light and fresh. I don't really like wearing those like super highly concentrated fragrances, like super sweet, when I'm out the shower, because I just feel like it doesn't really go with the vibe. You might, think that's completely weird, and you might wear some super heavy, syrupy, sweet fragrances or something like that. But yeah, that's one of the things that I do. And also, and I know you guys might think this is honestly kind of weird, but I do also go to bed and just do a little bit of this action, you know, just do a little bit of that. You know, you might think that's like completely some weird like serial killer type stuff, but I don't know, that's like a personal thing. You want to smell good all the time. You want to wake up, first thing you do, breathe, get a bit of that, fresh or that light scent that you sprayed last night. So I be doing that. Of course, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna say that I do this every single day, but there are days where I do forget. But for the most part, like I always be spraying fragrances, um, especially like that. Just when I'm around, if I'm if I'm just in my room, I can spray any fragrance because I'm very like the thing about me personally, I'm a very conscious person, um, to the point where um, I know not everyone's like this, but let's say that my whole family's like sleeping and I wake up in the middle of the night to go get some water downstairs. Um, I'm the type of person that to not even turn a single light. I'll literally like I'll have my whole room, like the whole hallways and the stairs memorized, where I don't really need a flashlight or something like that. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but yeah, like I'm that conscious to the point where I don't. I'm very aware of other people. They might have some sort of allergies, especially like um, if you go to a job interview and you spray a really, really like concentrated or sweet fragrance, maybe like this one, um, even perhaps this one, just something really strong that can is easily make people want to almost sneeze, right? So I really do avoid that, especially when I'm around a lot of people. Like the only times that I really kind of think this is completely okay, it's like if I just go out for like the whole day and I don't come back like late night or something like that. So yeah, that's like the only time when I really do um be wearing fragrances like that heavy. um but yeah, like I'm a very aware person, and I know that not everyone has the same type of tolerance to a lot of certain smells and just high level concentrations. That's why, like I always say, and I know that this might seem very repetitive, um, but fresh fragrances are honestly the way to go, man. Um, Easily likable, super light, um, clean, crisp. Everyone that smells that, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this guy, he's got good hygiene. Um, this guy is he's almost, I don't know, well groomed or something like that." Um, but yeah, it does. That's one of the things that fresh fragrances do have, an advantage when it comes down to other type of scent profiles. Like, um, there's so many people that this type of scent gives a lot of people just headaches, and it's it's normal. For example, even this one's really strong. um, Not a lot of people really like it because it's like too punchy, and just so many people can't really handle that. And like I said, most people can handle this, like, for a fact. And another thing, it's like, because like the thing that that I just experienced was, um, I was actually in, going somewhere, and there was an elevator, and there was a dude, and like he was wearing, I think he was wearing the Dior Sauvage Elixir, and I don't know how many times he sprayed that bad boy, but that was very irritating. And there were just like people in the same elevator, some ladies, and like, I think it was like her husband, they were just covering their nose, and I just looked up, down to them, and they just looked at me, and they like, I just smiled because like we all kind of said like, yeah, he oversprayed. And yeah, so like, I know I do be telling you guys, um, you bought the fragrance, you are the boss of it. But honestly, have some awareness, man. Have some awareness, because um, there's people who seriously have allergies. Um, you're not gonna be wearing. Um, I know that this might seem to you like, what are you talking about? Like, are you stupid? Um, and it's okay if you want to think that, but you can't even wear certain strong, concentrated fragrances, even in certain nature parts or culture, because you would be considered like that, you would be disturbing some natural um, thing. But yeah, I know it sounds kind of silly, and it's kind of weird, but that is actually like true. And to have it, and just be a bit more straightforward, is wear fragrances, any type of fragrance that you want. It doesn't matter if it's something very light, something very fresh, or something very, oriental, or it's just something sweet, right? It doesn't matter. Wear that shit when it's mostly just you. It's just mostly when you're in your room, or you're in your office, or you're in your little workplace where there's not around a lot of people. But if you're outdoors, it's kind of justified, because the wind is just gonna take that. And if there's like someone behind you, they're gonna get like good whiffs, compared if you get like, you know in a room, where air doesn't really circulate that much, right? So of course it's gonna become, at some point, super overwhelming, to the point where it'll start triggering some people's allergies. Even till now, there's certain scents that I'll spray, and I'll get like some little dust, like, not dust, like fragrance, like little mist particles that somehow enter my nostrils, and it'll make me want to sneeze. And that's how people really feel when they smell those, really strong, potent, concentrated fragrances. For example, like I mentioned a while ago, in my previous job, I used to work with this older man who couldn't really handle any type of eau de parfums or even extrait de parfums or even just parfums. It would just be kind of a bit complicated because especially in the beginning when I didn't really know him that much, I would just wear really like, you know, stronger fragrances. For example, I would wear this. Um, I would wear Ultramall. I would wear this one. And just basically, so you get the idea, I would just wear fragrances like that. And I remember I caught him like just sneezing a few times, and I was like, you good? I was like, you straight? And he said, yeah, it's just allergies. And I was like, why? And then he just looks at me. He and I thought he was just like bullshitting me, but he said because of your fragrance. And I was like, nah. And then he looked at me, yeah. And then supposedly it turns out to be that he's like super sensitive to stuff like that. And ever since then, I would always wear, you know, lighter, fresh fragrances. I would wear like this and just, you know, so you get the idea, just really fresh, inoffensive fragrances. And, you know, he really appreciated it. And, you know, that's one of the things that, you know, talks about you as a person because, you know, you're fully aware of others. You know, you're not just being selfish because, yeah, you know, having a bit of selfishness can get you, you know, many places. But you know, being more human and just being more aware is a more beautiful thing. And it honestly bypasses every single selfish act that you can do for yourself. So yeah, that's just like my whole take on that whole thing. So yeah, like I know I've told you guys, you own the fragrance, you are the boss of it, you can spray it as many times as you want, but do have some awareness of others, man. Um, if you are with your classmates, if you are with your coworkers, if you are with your friends, especially in, you know, like enclosed environments, room, office, it doesn't matter. But yeah, if it's something more on the like outdoors, then it's okay. Um, but yeah, just have some awareness, man. Because like I said, I just kind of experienced that like um, today, and I just kind of wanted to talk about that because you know there's so many people who just basically drench themselves in in fragrances. But yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think about this whole topic, and I hope that you guys are able to somewhat, you know, agree with this, or if you disagree, every single you know, every single thought is very appreciated and respected highly. But yeah, so anyways guys, it's been Reggie, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.